a lot of my friends from the southeast very angry about the way things went. And I recall that the governor of Ebonyi, in an interview with TVC, advised our friends from the southeast to show respect to their hosts. As far as it's concerned, there is no such thing as a no man's land. You can actually do your business in any part of Nigeria, but no one should say that a place is a no man's land. And I remember the governor of Ebonyi State giving the example of New York, that you can't even say New York, as cosmopolitan as it is a no man's land. That where you are making your money, where it pleases God to let you achieve prosperity, you must respect your host. So there is bad blood between the Yorubas. The Yorubas in Lagos State believe that the Igbos do not respect them enough as good hosts, and the Igbos too feel very bad about the way some of their people were treated during the election. Yes, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State said the attacks happened in less than 1% of the entire constituencies in Lagos. But the attacks happened and they were reported. So whether the attacks happened in less than 1% of the entire constituencies in Lagos, a bad thing is bad enough. Now, what this has led to is the feeling that whatever action governor takes in Lagos that does not please some Easterners or a good number of Easterners must have been taken to punish them for voting for Labour Party. This is what I do not want to see or hear about. The misunderstanding has to be resolved. The Urban and Regional Planning Board in Lagos State set out to take down some distressed buildings in Alaba. Of course, the meaning that was read to it was, oh, they've come after the Igbos again. Before now, some buildings believed to belong to the Federal Aviation Authority, after repeated warnings that those buildings were erected on government property and that they should vacate those buildings because they didn't get the permission to put those buildings where they put them. Didn't get permission from official quarters. The buildings remained, they were pulled down. Again, the accusation was, oh, they came for those buildings because they were owned by Igbos. We do not want to continue to see this back and forth. And I'm happy that the governor of Imo State and the gentleman who is the deputy speaker of the House of Reps came to Lagos to try to iron things out with the governor so that our friends from the Southeast can feel happy as they've always been, can feel comfortable to do their business in Lagos State, to contribute to the development of the economy of Lagos State without having a feeling that, oh, they are coming for us because we didn't vote for someone. As I've said in the past, the people who are harassed, who are beaten up, did not have to be beaten up. Even without beating them up, if you mobilize your supporters competently and in an aggressive manner, you are still going to win the election because your population is greater than the population of our friends from the East. So there's no need to beat up anybody before you win an election. And I gave the example of Magodo. In the presidential election in Magodo, in Kosofe local government, the APC lost the election. But in the governorship election, the APC won by a hefty margin, and they didn't beat anybody. So you don't need to beat anyone to win an election if you mobilize your own supporters very well, especially on election day. So, in my view, we don't need these disagreements. We are one people. People should be free to cohabit with fellow Nigerians in any part of the country. But just as the governor of Ebonyi said, in order to ensure that we do not have disagreements, we have to learn to live happily together and respect our hosts. If I go to the north to live, I know the sensitivities of our people from northern Nigeria. I know the things that they don't want to see. I know that they value the sanctity of their religion and all that. So it makes sense for me to not do anything that will make them hungry, that will make them feel like, oh, this person has disrespected my religion. Oh, this person has disrespected our culture. So we have to live happily together and put politics behind us. The elections are gone. The bad blood needs to go so that the Yorubas and the Igbos who have lived happily together for centuries can continue to live happily together, intermarry, because I have a cousin who is even married to an Igbo woman. And I recall when I was in the north, before I got married, I hope my wife is not listening, a good number of my girlfriends were Igbos. Maybe if I had not been transferred to Lagos, maybe I would have ended up marrying an Igbo woman, just like my cousin. So we are one people. We have to respect one another, cherish one another, and try to pursue those things that deepen our oneness, that make us really strong together.